Milton Friedman, who was a professor at the University of Chicago, he wrote a New York Times article. And the title of the article is "The Social Responsibility of the Business is to Maximize Shareholder Wealth." Okay, just to repeat that it's a social responsibility, not just a fiduciary fiscal responsibility. Social responsibility is to maximize shareholder wealth. And for decades, all the CEOs and executives have actually followed that doctrine. Now, his main point is the CEOs and the corporate executives are agents working on behalf of the investors and the owners. So they don't get to exercise their morality and their social responsibility as the corporate executives. That doctrine is no longer relevant today. Not because the statement is wrong, but because the owners have changed their mind. Because if you think about what the owners have realized, what this doctrine has done over the last 50 years, it has created wealth for a few people, but even those wealthy investors and owners are realizing there's not going to be a place for us to live sustainably and happily and peacefully in our communities if this doctrine continues. So if you continue on the same path, I think so. This is exactly what we're going to end up in terms of the polarity that we see in today's world, and then the disparity of the income inequalities. So now the same owners and investors are now asking, and some of them are actually demanding, these corporate executives of their ESG performance. So far, it has been the financial performance. Now they're asking and demanding the ESG performance. Now, the ESG performance is not about a few pretty pictures of our employees working in a soup kitchen and then volunteering and then calling it a sustainability report. Now, it has evolved to a point. They're very similar to the financial reporting, which is all consistent. These three financial statements that are driven by the GAAP accounting standards and consistency with the same level of consistency across the US for all public companies. And the ESG is also evolving to the same level of standard by industry, by verticals. As you heard some of the comments on the risk side, it is different for each industry. So they are developing metrics and they have developed those. And now SEC is going to be holding these companies accountable for filing auditable reports. These are very similar to the financial reports. So on all of these metrics, and if some of them are not relevant, they can explain why they're not relevant, but they all have to be published as part of the 10K, 10K filings, not just the furnishings in your sustainability reports or general CSR reports. So this regulation is coming, and this is what's going to drive that consistency on ESG performance side by side with the financial performance. So coming back to GEP's purpose, we have been investing a lot of your customer dollars in building a platform and tools and systems to enable our customers to reach their sustainability goals, specifically focused on supply chain and procurement side. I want to thank all of you and those that are live streaming for spending the last 2 days sharing with us your ideas, inputs, and challenges in building these creative, sustainable solutions.